Hey guys, Lord Sora here. I would like to present to you the best Necromancer build in Season 7 and potentially the best build across all classes. In the background you're seeing PTR 150, the highest content, clear from Season 7 PTR under 10 minutes. And quick disclaimer, this is without any seasonal powers, so potentially missing out 3 times the more damage here. As you're seeing, close to 150 trillion hits, we could be ideally doing nearly 500 trillion damage. I could not play and test this out the first day of PTR because by the time I was able to log in, the boost NPC was disabled, so I didn't get the pants in time. And tonight I just got out of work, immediately just dived right in, got the pants, masterworked it, got super lucky, and just dived into the pits to see what kind of adjustments I can make. I just wanted to get a base idea of what kind of aspects I'm going to be running and how the cooldowns feel. That's mainly what I wanted to test, because one thing that you will see in the build overview, I will be running no fast blood because of the title change. If you're not aware now, title, you cannot cast it. You're kind of animation locked. You cannot cast it until the animation is over. However, luckily, the new pants, Casime's Legacy, the animation is much faster compared to previous seasons where the animation could take 5 to 6 seconds, 5.5 seconds to be fully completed with title. Now it only takes 3 seconds. So my idea was that you cannot spam this anyways, and there's a bug actually. If you start spamming the way back to back, it will start doing no damage. So you cannot spam this anyways. So the goal is to just make sure the animation overlaps with the cooldown without the fast blood. So I don't look into just immediately resetting the cooldown. I cast it, damage is going out, the one cast, six waves. And in the meantime, I'm using corpses, I'm buffing myself, I'm activating some runes you will see in the gameplay, and ensuring those big hits. But yeah, again, no seasonal powers here. I was actually playing this build a lot in Season 6, and I just went to Eternal. I had a pretty decent gear. You will see in the build overview. So I just run the same gear. I put the pants and then just wanted to get a quick feel of it. And obviously there's a lot of room to min-max this. If you're not new to my channel, you must already know a lot of this, that Shadow Wave has been my favorite build to play since Season 1, and you can imagine how excited I am, how stoked I am to be finally witnessing the power of Shadow Wave might be the best build in the game in Season 7. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I think we're about to unlock the true power of Shadow Wave. With that being said, I do expect this build to be nerfed, and I don't think it will make it to the live like this, and I don't think it should. Honestly, it's a little bit too overpowered. However, I think I have found some pretty cool tech that I will be going over at the end of this video as well. Those things that I have found should translate no matter the nerf, and that's what I will be focusing on, because there's no point of really going over a full build guide right now because there will be still a lot of changes. It is only PTR, but some of the things that I'm going to be sharing and going over should mostly translate into Season 7. We will probably get a damage nerf. However, some of the things should translate because they're related to runes and mercenaries and how we use the aspect combinations that we currently have in the build. But I'm going to let this pit tier clear fully play out in the background. If you're interested in the overview and the things I'm going to be covering, timestamps will be down below, so make sure to watch that part if you're curious, because I will be covering some important changes that is about to happen to this build compared to Season 6. Alright, let's go over the gear. The first thing first, we are not running Shaco on this build. A lot of people will fall into this trap because Shaco gives ranks, it gives cooldown reduction, it gives max life. We no longer need Shaco on this build, especially due to the title change. Where you get a 60% multiplier is much more valuable. You also get tons of crit chance here, and you do not have to run crit on some pieces, and you can actually run attack speed instead. So Shaco is a trap. We have new pants, as you can see. Once you have a GA and you triple masterwork that, which you don't need to, but if you do so, you are already cooldown reduction capped 75% with the ultimate cooldown reduction on both of your jewelry, necklace and ring. And currently without Shaco, without the ranks that Shaco brings, we are sitting at only 10 seconds cooldown for Blood Wave, which is obviously very low, and it's actually more than enough CDR that we need. Going down the list, Shard of Full Stat, and we are running Ultimate Shadow here. This is my gear from season 6, so I copied my season 6 character to PTR, and so my gear is pretty good. I spent pretty much most of the season to min-max this build, so it's in a pretty good shape. However, obviously there needs to be some changes, in which I have done these changes. In the past, you would ideally temper here overpower damage, but right now we do not do that anymore. Overpower damage tempering on your glows, on your rings, on your even necklace and your weapon is no longer the best. The best way is damage while fortified. Why? Because there's a change now. At the 5th rank of Blood Wave, you get this multiplier, and all this little additive that you add turns into a multiplier. I'll probably make another video covering like how this is calculated. I am still sort of like testing out if it actually is actually mathing, but damage while fortified and damage while healthy are the best temper options, or additive damage options for us going forward if nothing changes. So on our glows, our tempering option is damage while fortified is way better than tempering blood overpower damage. A lot of people will fall into this trap. They like what we used to do before this change. You would just temper blood overpower damage, but you no longer do that anymore due to the change. You are going with damage while fortified. On our glows, we are running Ultimate Shadow aspect here, and the gear you're seeing actually is my gear from season 6. You may have seen it in the past videos. I have just copied this character into PTR, season 7 PTR. That's why I actually don't have the seasonal powers. I just wanted to quickly set it up and get it go and see where this build goes, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But one thing that I want to call out here, I think a good place to talk about, you would used to temper here blood overpower damage, and this will be a trap a lot of people will fall into, because that's what we did to boost our overpower damage, and that was the biggest additive source we could get. However, because of the Blood Wave rank 5 change, which I will post a quick screenshot of it here in the screen, you will see now all this additive that we tempered becomes a multiplier. So it's a huge amount of damage. You can kind of see on my Blood Wave tooltip, 54 million tooltip and 4,000 multiplicative X. I don't know. This is too much. I think this will get changed, but this is why we no longer put blood overpower additive damage tempering on our gear. It is no longer the best tempering option. It is no longer the best additive option for us. The best additive option right now for us is damage while fortified and damage while healthy, and you will see a lot of this change in Paragon as well. So just to call this out, all the additive damage offensive temperings that you would add to your glows, your weapons, I couldn't change my weapon yet, it's about the brick, your rings and your jewelry, all of this should have damage while fortified additive tempering if nothing changes. And you even actually on your rings, you even actually want to triple masterwork that. I mean, even on your gloves, you want to triple masterwork those, because it gives you so much multiplier. It turns into a direct multiplier almost, increasing your damage. Going over the new pants, like I mentioned already, cooldown reduction is huge, which makes it where you don't need Shaco anymore at all, and it actually casts 6 waves. My aspect is not good, but I honestly got super lucky. I think my 4th or 5th caches I dropped, got the GA cooldown reduction, and first try hit the triple cooldown, and this will never happen on a live server, but happened on PTR, so I'll take it for now. On boots, we are running exploiters, which is one of the best options in my opinion, because you constantly sweep and knock back enemies and the monsters, and if you see the gameplay, you will see the animation of the wave has changed. You used to be just a knockback, now it actually sweeps and pulls monsters, so you actually make them even more unstoppable even quicker. So once they become unstoppable, you get a 45% damage multiplier, which is one of the best damage sources you can get on the boots. On our two-hander, we have Tidal. This got a buff. It's 480% now, which is a huge buff, but you can no longer recast it until the last wave ends. And this is what I was mentioning earlier. There is no point of focusing on back-to-back casting the waves anymore, because there is an animation lock. So that's why the next section, we are no longer running fast blood. You will see in the gameplay, and I actually did a bad job because I was still getting used to the change of pace and how the build has played. You just cast the wave, 6th wave is going out. You don't have to focus on picking up blood orbs to reset your cooldown, because you can't cast it anyways. It's animation lock now. In the meantime, you have 3 to 4 seconds. You focus on buffing yourself up. You proc Flesh Eater, you consume corpses, you actually trigger your Cax rune to make sure that every wave hit or every other wave hit is gonna be double the damage. And as you saw in the gameplay, cooldown is just enough that it doesn't even is a problem even at a boss fight. I had a boss fight Slither, if I'm not remembering incorrectly. It spams no ads, so it was even actually one of the worst bosses you can get in that sense, but that is even no issue. So you just focus on overlapping the wave animation cast time with your cooldown. So by the time your cast time ends, if you can reset your cooldown, even if it's slightly off, it's great, because you're just buffing in the meantime and getting ready for the next cast, and you're watching your Cax rune bar to fill up, and you will see a little icon. When that goes off, you know that, okay, your next wave is time to cast your next wave, and this will happen actually pretty frequently. Almost every back-to-back wave you can cast will be double the damage for the most part. Speaking of no fast blood, we are able to now run another multiplier here. Sacrificial is the second most valuable multiplier. It's actually equivalent of 56% multiplier on a ring. So a little bit over damned instead of damned. We are running this for now, and on the amulet we are running the new aspect here, and on another ring we are running another new aspect, which gives us additional 4 ultimate skill ranks, which is great, and then 30% more damage. This helps a lot. And again, to just call it out, damage while fortified is our tempering. We have Blood Orb Restore Essence here, just so we can restore essence, because Cax will consume all our essence when it is casted. But yeah, this is kind of the aspect setup, which should translate to Season 7 without pretty much no change. Maybe depending on how the rank 5 bonus of Blood Wave is adjusted, we will revisit tempering damage while fortified, but for now it's the way. I also want to go over the runes, which I think it will create a good segue into the skill points. In terms of runes, we are running the Cax rune, and we have this new Igni offering generator. It stores offering every 0.3 seconds. When you cast a non-basic skill, you gain this stored offering. What you will see in the gameplay is you're casting Flesh Eater, and you casting Corpse Explosion to proc Flesh Eater while waiting on Tidal animation to finish, because you can't do anything else anyways. So while you're focusing on that, you're casting Flesh Eater, constantly generating offering for this, and what happens is that this stores a lot of the essence, and you will sometimes go into mist, and this will keep storing, and the moment you cast the Corpse Explosion, you will get a huge boost, and you will cast Tendrils, you will cast Blight, and this will ensure you actually generate so much offering very quickly to be able to proc Cax Rune almost back to back. Every wave can be a Cax Rune hitting double the damage. So this is the rune combination we utilize here. Another rune combination we are using, I am personally a fan of the Auto Decrypify and Auto Curse, because this actually executes elites, which actually speeds up the clear time significantly. And another advantage now with this, you can actually do not run Cursed Decrypify on your bar, which means you can put another darkness skill, could be Decompose here in this case. And what this does is the new Reaper's Pursuit change. If you look at it here, for each darkness skill on your action bar, you gain 8% more damage. So it adds another 2%, which becomes another 8% more damage. Overall, you're getting 24% damage multiplier just by slotting that skill, increasing our damage also slightly. And I don't like running Cursed Aura because I do believe the Exploiters makes a big difference here, gives us a big damage multiplier as well. So it helps remove the, it opens up, this rune opens up, this rune increases the clear speed significantly. Not only that, it opens up an aspect slot, and not only that, it opens up now a skill slot, which then turns into a damage multiplier. So I think it's a big, mathematically makes a lot of sense to go this route. And speaking of mathematically, I am calculating all this in an Excel spreadsheet, so when we actually start min-maxing, I don't want to go that hardcore yet. I have done the initial calculations, and this should be the most damage possible, but I have to min-max and compare. Like, one thing I want to compare is actually this on the amulet, the uptime. I have to test that and comparing to just having a multiplier at all times, which one nets more DPS. Needs to calculate that as well. Rune is another thing, and just overall DPS calculation. But for now, this should mathematically nets us the more damage, especially now we also do not run Fast Blood. But yeah, this is overall the gear overview, skills, pretty much. I will just show you guys here. No change pretty much from the past. I actually do think about dropping Tendrils sometimes. Put another darkness skill, maybe Sever. So Rennie was doing this actually. It kind of makes sense because Shadow Wave is pulling monsters very effectively now, but for now I do like the gameplay of Tendrils. However, there's actually a bug with the Shadow Wave currently. If you pull too many monsters all at once, there's a bug with Tidal and Casimaze, and developers are aware of this. I am actually gonna document it and send it to them. You start doing no damage. Tidal only spawns one wave, and you start doing no damage because also when you pull Density, because of the dot and crit and all the other damage sources on top of each other, the initial wave does no damage, and then Tidal doesn't spawn additional damages, so you actually end up getting no damage if you pull too many. And this is actually a huge problem to clear speed because we can't pull effectively. So I think Tendrils, for that reason, is not that great for now. However, once hopefully that bug is fixed, Tendrils I think will be more efficient to pull just monsters altogether more efficiently. But once the Max Roll updates their PTR planner, I will actually link the build planner down below, and you will get an idea of the skill trees there. I'm gonna go over the Paragon. I actually didn't go over again and min-max it. I have to do that a little bit more carefully, but I want to cover two main things here, the two big changes that come into Paragon. One is Undaunted, damage while fortified, same way the gear overview. Now this additive, 150% additive, is actually turning into a multiplier because of the rank change, that yada yada, I already covered that. So that's why Undaunted is now becoming one of the best glyph options for us. Another one is the same logic, Imbiber, damage while healthy. damage while fortified, damage while healthy, these turn into multipliers, so Imbiber also became another best glyph option. Then we have the damage while healthy, damage while fortified nodes here. So you can see that I have put the damage, I picked up the damage while healthy rare nodes here, then I put the sacrificial here to boost this damage, and now sacrificial actually gives us on the specific node 122.6% damage while healthy, which is a multiplier now. Same logic here, we're putting abyssal. We have a lot of good, we have a really big rare node here that gives us a huge damage while fortified, and that gets buffed by abyssal, another 163% damage while fortified. So this will be the very important things to do, important changes to do on Paragon. Without any changes, obviously we will revisit this, but for now these are the changes coming to the Paragon. And then we have the dominate here. The rest of it should be pretty much the same compared to my previous planner. Another really super important thing to cover in this video is the mercenary combo, especially the reinforcement. Subo has become meta all the way. A lot of builds uses it anyway, so you just get it. It gives you big multiplier, gives you map vision, so on and so forth. But the main important thing here is the altkin and the combination here. The flame surge is actually one of the lowest cooldowns, 11 seconds, and active for 4 seconds. So it's almost active 50-40% of the time. And this thing procs the Cripify. So part of the reason you are able to drop fast blood is this mercenary combination here, which you will realize, especially with density, you will reset wave cooldown almost instantly, and this is a big part of it. Flame surge procs the Cripify and resets your cooldown significantly, and you will see in the gameplay I'm constantly spamming corpse explosion and proccing this flame surge. So this is a really important aspect of the build that you must utilize if you are not running fast blood. But yeah, overall, I hope you made it all the way here in the video and all the information I covered was helpful. I just wanted to get this out super quickly to you guys. I have tons of things to test now. We're gonna go right back into it. Just had like only 3-4 hours in the PTR, missed the first day because of missed the NPC. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Path of Exile 2 is around the corner as well. I will be checking that out and see what I do over there. Maybe I'll do some content for that game as well, but Diablo 4 is my main game, and especially Shadow Wave and Season 7, we're going nowhere. So please like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. I am actually hoping to reach 2,000 subscribers, and it will be a major goal for me. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.